everyone. Once again, this is the O.C.D. podcast. Speaking here is Otis. That there is Chris and Daryl.
No one said that with a low tone. And Daryl.
Yes, you. As of now, you know each one of our personalities. Daryl is the interesting one. Chris is the more interesting one. I'm just the bridge that kind of connects the two together and make sure they don't kill each other before the podcast. Yeah.
How come he's more interesting than me?
I mean, it just so happens.
Okay, so fine. He's different. Is that better?
How about dynamic? I'll take dynamic.
Yes.
Oh, that's even worse. I'm interested that he's dynamic.
And you're stale.
That's okay. You're the Rock. Remember?
Yes, you're the Rock. You're the Rock.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Rocks are not dynamic. Oh, God.
Yes.
So, right. So let's bring it back to focus, people.
Okay.
So this is week 3 on the podcast, and today we are going to be kind of continue with our conversation of fitness, and more so the topic of today is fitness and how it has influenced us to pick the career paths we have chosen. So we are going to let The Rock go first because he is the most seasoned out of all of us, and he has probably the interesting story. So I kind of want to hear his first. Okay, Rock, it's on you. Bam!
Well-seasoned Rock.
Ooh, I like that. Well-seasoned. Old. No. I started as a child. I was a fat child. I was okay. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but my nickname in the Boy Scouts was Buddha. What is that saying? Buddha.
Man, you're
It was the works.
Rubbing bellies.
Rubbing bellies.
My father used to say when I was a child, I'd rather clothe them than feed them.
I just want to show you something.
What does that say? Okay. All right. So grew up, all right. I knew I was a fat motherfucker. I mean, I knew I was fat, and I joined the swim team. I always knew how to swim in high school, first in high school. And by that Thanksgiving, the weight just melted off me.
So press the power button and power it down.
Why am I hearing backwards?
No reason. What did we saying?
All right, so the weight just melted off me. Relatives were walking by me in the street. I had lost like 40 pounds in 2 months. They didn't recognize me. All right. So
2 months?
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah. So went into the Navy when I was in my mid-20s, which is kind of late for most guys. But I spent 15 years. And came out. Somehow when I was on shore duty, they let me manage the Norfolk Fitness Gym that was on base. I had no experience. I had nothing. I just liked being around workout equipment. And nice. I think that was the beginning. I think that was the beginning of it. Then once I got out, I was working for an education firm as an administrative assistant, and I needed a second job. And there was a New York sports club right across the street. And I went in, I said, I'll be a floor guy. I'll clean up the weights or whatever, right? And I did that for about 6 months. And then I had to move way out to Far Rockaway. I found a really cheap, good apartment. And I needed a job. So I went to the local gym in Long Island, 5 towns, and they hired me. 3 months later, they paid for my certifications, and they really liked me. And I was there for 4 years. Then from there, came into Brooklyn. I had to get closer inland because, the parents were failing. I wanted to return to school. And I signed up for Medgar Evers. And then I meet this short, little, annoying something in Medgar Evers bookstore.
Sounds like we heard this story before.
Annoying as hell. Walks right up and he says, oh, what's up, dude? Yeah, looks like you work out a bit. Yes. We got to get together. Work out. Okay. Yeah, and that's how it started. Needless to say, fast forward 6 months after that, the vice president of the college, VP Benry, said, would you like to handle the Medgar gym and get it together? I said, of course. And I was there for 3 years. So that pretty much says it all. And as far as how has fitness changed my life, it has, because it is my sanctuary. Besides being spiritual, it is my sanctuary. It is my solitude. It is sobriety. Sometimes instead of having half a gallon of liquor, go to the gym, work it out. It's a wonderful feeling. I recently, when it snowed, our first snowfall here, I slid down from the 8th floor to the 7th floor in my building. And I kept my head up and I just kept going. And I said, oh, that was fun. But in my head, I'm thinking, now wonder if I was not fit. Wonder if I was the average senior, the dad bod or the granddad bod. That would have been catastrophic. So I owe a lot to fitness. Next.
Oh, wow.
Next. Okay, great. Like it's a semi-line. Next. Okay.
Damn good set of stories, man. You set the bar pretty high, Daryl. Damn.
Yeah, so don't let us down, Chris. It's your turn. Next.
Oh, God. All right. So when I was younger, I was, and I am still an avid video game player. I always wanted to be one of the action heroes that I got to play as. And so when I was like maybe around 7, I started taking up like martial arts classes, karate classes. But that was a bit inconsistent. So then I went back when I was 13. There's been a break in between. When I was younger, I was a thin, small child, very like, I wouldn't say frail, but on the verge of like being frail. I was shorter than usual, and I'm the shortest amongst all of you, but I was a very short child. And I remember my mom gave me, over the summertime, she gave me some sort of iron pill, something called Geritol, that allowed me to do a growth spurt.
Wait, did you say Geritol?
Yes, he did. I did say Geritol.
He did.
I did say Geritol.
I was going to say anything.
No, I'm saying that. No, can't let that go.
Myself, you see it. But it allows me to spurt up, I think, about maybe 4 inches through the summer. Little did I know that'd be the last height advantage I'd ever have. But it was. I was like, damn, I've been this height since like 8th grade. Oh, yeah.
It kind of fits you.
I'm leaving it alone.
Thank you, tall people. Wow.
No. I'm going to take stabs. I'm going to take shots when I can, okay? He's throwing them down the middle. I'm going to swing at him, okay?
Savage.
Okay.
But the whole point about it was like I was always active. I was an active, hyperactive kid. And if I wasn't behind the video game, I was running around. I think when I really started getting into fitness was maybe a few years, like while I was going through high school, still doing some martial arts. When I went into college, I started losing focus, right? Let's just call it like attention deficit disorder. And I wasn't doing well in school, like going back in, dropping out here and there. And then I found a program, like there was a karate class that I was working at Bulletproof Comics at the time, and somebody was like, hey, you look like you work out a bit. And I was like, a little bit. And he's like, if you want to do martial arts, I know a guy. So I went to Vanderveer Projects, which is now Vanderveer Heights due to all the gentrification. But Vanderveer Projects at a time where I learned martial arts in the hallway. And I haven't been as fit. I felt I was like, this is the most fit I've ever been. It was fantastic. I love the feeling of being active. I also understand and recognize that I wasn't doing well in school. I was also focusing my attention elsewhere. I was focused on like working on my body, working on myself. But the two didn't interject until maybe many years later. But I was like, what I would do is one would be my solace for the other. If I wasn't doing well in school, then, go work out. So I worked out a lot because it was just an excuse of like, trying not to go to school and doing well in school. I wish I could say it wasn't, but it was like, if I'm going to be good at something, it's going to be working out. Right. You know what I'm talking about, D. But eventually.
What's going on with my grades? It was either my grades or my road. So I did a lot of working out.
Exactly. So what ended up happening was, like, after I did pretty well in martial arts, my mom ended up getting sick. And because of that, she ended up like being diagnosed with diabetes type 2 rather early in her life. And then I saw a transformation in my mom. Like, my mom went from this obese person who would sleep often to buying a treadmill, like making meal plans. Like, she became like one of the best trainers I've ever known because she's self-taught. She was always self-taught. An autodidact, brilliant woman who just did things on her own and did things for herself. So it was like being diagnosed with diabetes type 2 was her second lease on life that allowed her to launch off and become like this really like motivated person. And that motivation wrapped me up in it too. We went to Weight Watchers together. I didn't need to go, but I wanted to just learn more about it. We started like doing meal preps together. We went on the plan together. And then after that, it got me more interested in learning about it. At the same time, I would be remiss if I didn't say that I was in a pretty bad relationship. And one of the things that allowed me some solace from that terrible relationship was the fact that when I went to the gym, that was the first time I entered the gym. I'd been like doing like calisthenics and everything like that, but I hadn't entered a gym till like when my years in Berkeley College, like when I walked into a gym, I was just so mad at the world. And I'm like, my mom had just been diagnosed. The relationship I was in was garbage. I was feeling terrible about my grades. So I walked into the gym and I looked around and I was like, you know what? Why not just give this shit a try? And ever since that was my turning point. I started watching people in the gym, looking and seeing the atmosphere of the gym. People were actively helping each other, like just being really good to each other or being really focused. And that's where I learned to focus a lot more between that and my mom. Flash forward a couple of years, I transfer out. I get out of a terrible relationship. I'm now on my own. I don't have any relationship. And then I meet this big guy lumbering into a bookstore. And I'm like, yo, you know what? You look like a motivator, literally. And he was. So Daryl comes walking in. I'm like, you look like you work out. I was like, I do. Friendly as can be. Despite the rendition that he gave you, he was a lot more friendly. And he was like, yeah, we should. He told me about the gym. I went there, and like, he's a great motivator. It allowed me to focus. At the same time, like I said, my mom was focused in doing her thing. That all helped me. Like, that was like a triangular effect on me. It helped me go through school, get through school. Finally, like after dropping out several times, I came back. I was refocused, and I found that I've been able to now bridge the educational part to it too. Became a tutor at the writing center. I was a stock person over at the bookstore because I figured, I could lift heavy things and work out at the same time. And then I decided that I wanted to do a little bit more intellectual. So for real, that's what it was. And then I decided I wanted to go further in because I wanted to take this focus and do something I really like. And I became a tutor and then eventually an administrative adjunct. And then after that, I finally graduated, which was fantastic. And so ever since that point, that's where they've merged. Now again, they've interswelled. When I went to LIU for the grad program, I was in the weightlifting program, and I went into the competition. I got third place. Daryl helped me out with that one. Like, you helped train me with that. I was exceptionally focused. And then, my mom had... What's that?
I felt I didn't train you enough.
Yeah, well, that's okay. The third place gives me a chance to hit second and first next time. But I was motivated, and I realized that, like, even though my mom had passed, the passion that she had for working out, for learning more things, had now been imbued in me. And now I was like, you know what? I want to learn things. I want to learn things a little bit more. I want to go a little bit deeper into these things. And so that's where my second career path went from student or what is it, constant student to someone who started to look into fitness. Again, these guys here were also into fitness, so I was picking their brains a lot. And I was just interested in it as a hobby, but I got really focused in my hobby. And it helped me, the focus there helped me to, and the camaraderie and the learning in the gym space in between you guys and my other friends has allowed me to sort of be confident enough to teach people. And that's when I started trying to go into teaching. So I became a teacher, a college educator, and I knew I had the confidence to do it. And that's how I think that bridged in for me. And then of course now, like I'm a mixture of many things, because I was like, one of the things I loved about fitness was that I was never pigeonholed. I can be multiple things. I'm like, so my career path is now chosen where I'm like a state officer, but there's a lot of fitness to it. When I went into the Peace Officers Academy, I got the award for best physically fit. I set a new record for my push-ups. I was exceptionally motivated by the activity of doing work and not just sitting at a desk, because administrative stuff bothers the hell out of me. And that's one of the things about being that has been difficult, has been that I've been transitioning better. So I'm like now in this nice space where I'm doing what I can, what I want. And it's been thanks to fitness. My focus has been great in terms of becoming a teacher. The physical activity of being a peace officer is what gives me motivation. I love it. So, and I've met my two brothers here through fitness, which has been like phenomenal. It's been a life changer. It changed my mom's life. It's changed my life. It's changed the legacy that I can leave. I'm not like the typical African-American obese family member, which I do have, bless their hearts, but I'm now changing that destiny. So I've rattled on enough. Oh man.
Exactly. Before we go into Oh Man, one of my fondest memories was walking by the C building, the Carroll Street building, and I just happened to be looking into the gymnasium or whatever it was from the outside. I remember it was a cool fall night, and I said, "Oh, that's Chris. That's his mom.
Oh yeah,
they're dancing. She's teaching him how to." That was the most memorable sight, because your mom was like confident, she knew how to do it, and then there was you looking down. It is the most memorable thing that I have in my brain. Okay, man, hit it.
Hit it. Like we're taking turns. Okay, you hit it, I hit it, they hit it.
Hit it.
That don't even sound right, Otis. That don't even sound right.
You perverted mind men. Okay.
I don't know what you're saying. That just don't even sound right.
Okay.
That's how I think.
Just to kind of like recap, it sounds like we've had fitness. We explained so far fitness, how it interact with our early age. Chris kind of bled into currently right now. But after I go, I kind of want to swing back to D and how fitness has chosen his path now and kind of current, like updated and stuff like that nature. But on my end, as of D, I've been a little Buddha as well. We're going to use that term. I've been round or husky. Husky.
I was Buddha.
Human snowman.
Definitely be called husky. So I was always relatively active, but I think by the age of 10, I was easily like 175 pounds. It was crazy. Yeah, really round.
Wow.
But I was not even 5 feet. I was like 4 or something. So I was like round.
Taller than me.
I was like the Kirby. I was like Kirby. You know the little Kirby white people?
I was curvy too. The long curves.
I said Kirby with a B, not Kirby. Like
round.
Yes.
Round.
Yes. Yes. So always been active. Always going out playing basketball. I used to go play basketball for hours and hours and hours. So never really got into fitness until maybe 11. Me and my other friend, he had a brother that was in the military already. So he kind of segues us into doing like calisthenics and push-ups, and he introduced us to home weight. I can remember it now, where we used to do bench press on 2 chairs, and we used to have this old rickety chair and make sure we didn't kill each other. But it was
like
kind of
your gym before Daryl got there.
Home gym.
Yeah, kind of like that. And it was nuts where we was doing it and you start to see results. And I was using the arms. And I got that little cut first time. And I used to cut off all my sleeves. Like, look at this. I'm working out. It's nice.
That sounds like half my wardrobe now.
So, yeah, we did that. It was kind of fun, but it really kicked in to be more consistent when I got into high school. Played sports, football. So they kind of thrust you into being consistent, lifting weights and doing all types of stuff. In hindsight, gosh, the form was terrible almost with everyone. but the whole idea of just getting a bunch of young guys in one place and get all the animosity and testosterone around and compete, it was beautiful. It helped build camaraderie. So I do appreciate that. But
yes, yeah, it does. It does.
It really does. It helps us push one another. And if someone's down, you kind of carry it. So it was a beautiful thing. The only problem is I didn't really go all the time. I was distracted by other stuff. We're going to call it other stuff. So I would go there out of 3 times, probably once. So they see me, but they won't see me.
Nice.
But yeah, that's neither here or there. So
that could be a distraction.
Yeah. I was what, 15, 16? Yeah, I had other things in my brain.
Exactly.
Trust me.
I had other things in my brain. Hi, baby. I had other things in my brain. So as I was graduating high school, I was supposed to be enrolled into the military. I was supposed to be a Marine. And then, basically, then I was supposed to be a Marine, then the Navy, and so on and so forth, stuff of that nature. But for whatever reason, when I was in high school, I kind of had a lot of injuries. I think out of high school, I had 3 surgeries and 4 broken ankles. So, I had a herniated surgery, 2 knee surgeries, a couple of broken ankles. So the military thing wasn't really working out too well. It was like, that's not going to work too well. So kind of went into regular normal life, still working out, still doing the gym stuff, but just not as consistent. But it was just more of a, let's go to the gym, kind of a hobby thing. Didn't really buckle down until I came to college, where I met my 2 amigos over here, and we kind of got serious into it, and stuff of that nature. But I didn't really take it too serious, like life or death kind of serious, until my mother passed. And then that's when I kind of like really knuckled down and really started to focus and stuff like that. Like fun fact, people, I majored in psychology. I was supposed to be a psychologist and stuff of that nature, but I always loved fitness. And this is the one time I remember where we all 3 used to go travel the boroughs at different places to work out. So
we were basically gym hoes.
We were. I agree. We were. We still are.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
have you been? We'll go to it.
Have you been? Okay, let's go.
Let's go. We've been to almost every gym in this city.
Every gym there is.
That's not an exaggeration. That is not an exaggeration.
Every gym there is, we've been in it pretty much.
Just about.
Yeah. So this one was in the city. It was on the east side. It was Parks and Recreation. I think First Avenue around there, Darryl, near the FDR Drive.
First Avenue.
Oh, by Stuyvesant City.
Near the VA hospital, FDR Drive.
That's the city gym. Absolutely.
Yeah. It was Park and Rec. Yes, I remember us going there.
Indoor and outdoor. Yes.
Yeah. So we used to go there on Sundays, and there for this day there was some kind of bodybuilder. It was like a bodybuilder atmosphere. So there was some guy that I spoke to, and he was talking and he said something about kinesiology. I said, "What the hell is kinesiology?" He was like, "Yeah, basically this is what you do. You basically get paid to work out and train people." I was like, "There's a field like this? I never even heard of this."
It's like glorified personal trainer.
Yeah, he was like, basically, this is what you do. He was like, I work with teams and, you help people. So I dug into it further and further and further. I'm like, this is amazing. I never even knew about this. So I got so inspired by this that I kind of switched majors. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do psychology no more. It also didn't help that the first class that I had in psychology, in one class, required 5 books. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work in grad school. That's not going to work. So I kind of just switched fields completely to kinesiology. I had a bunch of professors that supported it. It was like, we kind of want you in psychology, but we'd rather support you to try to get you into grad school because you're like grad school material. This is what I was told. I didn't believe anything they were saying, but I was like, I just like this anyway. So they helped me. It was actually a Dr. Karen Barker. I remember her. I remember her completely. She helped me the most. So she basically helped me apply to schools and stuff like that. And lo and behold, I got accepted. Then I was like, all right, great. We're going to start studying kinesiology and exercise science and all this other stuff. Still working out, but this is where I really started to apply the science behind all these things. I started to understand the stuff that was happening underneath the skin versus on top of the skin and stuff of that nature. So I had a bigger appreciation of it, and I was able to kind of help others and apply what I'm learning through my personal experience and the science behind it, and it kind of got me into this rehab, fitness, help people,
it's
therapists.
All intertwined, and there really is no distinction between the two.
It really isn't. It's very, they kind of interlock and lace weave in and out. So
yes.
Very true.
So that kind of leads me where I am right now. Currently, my title is an exercise physiologist. I think of myself as a person, I'm a clinician that helps people. Whatever you kind of need at the moment, I try to apply it, give it to you, and we just take it through there. So
I call you Mr. Fix-It, actually. So you're like Mr. Fix-It. You're the guy that they go to, hey, Otis, we got a problem. He's like, all right, I'll do the research. I'll do it.
I love that. I to be honest, I know of only two others that I can say I'm so glad I started them. Mm-hmm. And oh man, you are my trophy.
Oh, yeah. Trophy. I'm sorry. Good.
You are my first prize grand trophy.
That's sweet.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So before we wrap this up, Chris, what did you say to old man the other day when he did something about the podcast that was good? What did you call him?
That's right, you brilliant beefcake. That's your title.
Really? That's terrible.
Beefcake.
That's terrible, people. They
don't know what it is. They
don't know.
Brilliant beefcake.
No, you can't call me a brilliant beefcake.
Too late. We're doing it.
You're such a genius, you brilliant beefcake. All right, so let's wrap it up.
That's terrible, people.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's a damn good compliment. You brilliant beefcake.
You brilliant beefcake. Like you.
He's frozen.
Right?
He's frozen.
Fun times.
All right. You want to wrap it up?
So that was just a snippet. Yeah, I'll wrap it up because you kind of gave me the job to do it. But yeah, people, that was just a quick snippet of our lives, of our history with fitness and how it kind of helped influence what we picked in. So stay tuned. Next week, what is the conversation going to be about next week, fellas? Put you on the spot right now. What's it going to be? Fitness and what? How fitness
has helped us get through grief?
Oh, that is going to be deep.
You want a lot of works to come out now?
That is going to be
heavy, man.
Yeah. You might need a Kleenex box nearby, but yeah.
Damn straight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good topic. People are going through a lot right now, and they can have something to kind of help brighten up the day, find a silver lining in life right now. So that's a pretty good topic.
Okay. So may I bridge that into, so maybe we can bridge that into fitness in the time of COVID? because, like you said, this is a time where
that's even better. That's more important. Yes, that's more important.
I think it's the same. I think they intertwine together. Fitness in the time of COVID and how to deal with grief.
Okay, so basically, people, this is going to be fitness in the time of grief or pain or hardship. How about that? Fitness and hardship. We're going to make it fitness and hardship, all right? So, yeah, you just get a piece about OCD on the spot. That was like spontaneous. This is how we act all around each other all the time. That wasn't planned. Okay.
Wait till we get into a room together. Yeah.
I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that. But yes. Okay, people, yes. So just to wrap this up, next week we're going to talk about fitness and hardship. So if you want to reach out to us, there's going to be a link in the video descriptions or a link at the end of this, so you can kind of reach out to us on social media. If you have any questions or any comments, or you want to talk about football, which you love doing. Well, at least I do. I don't know about Chris, or Power Rangers, or what Chris talks about, or what ours.
It is.
That was good. That was good.
Power Rangers.
But
he talks about something like that.
I am a fan of MMA, most definitely. So if you want that is my.
That's Power Rangers. That's Power Rangers, pretty much with the sword. Power Ranger and
wow, you really need to watch. We need to get you out of that. Now, mind you, this big lug, this brilliant beefcake came from football, so that's why he's advocating it so much.
We now want to thank all the people that are now supporting us. Please keep tuning in. We have just begun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, take care, everyone. Peace and love.
Fun times, guys.
Yes.